That is my family.
Memories are so important. What we're trying to understand about our present and our future depends on what we know about our past.
My name is Alicia Kelly, and I wanted to know, is it hard to inspire people?
I don't know.
All I want is wisdom. Wisdom is something that will get you through everything.
At 23 years old, I do need leaders to look up to.
I have been so inspired.
You gotta be open. You gotta like some Coltrane.
I'm excited, but then I think, oh my gosh, is it gonna be so much work? Because we're telling the stories of our elders.
It is a cold winter's night in February 2004 at the historic Schomburg Library in New York. Ossie Davis and the other distinguished African-American elders are joined by several young people on the stage to celebrate their part in the publication of a major new book and the educational intergenerational organization behind it, the National Visionary Leadership Project.
This process of looking at our experience is one of the means by which we survive as a people. How will my grandchildren know what it means to be black if I don't tell them?
The book, A Wealth of Wisdom, contains interview excerpts from many elders who are nationally known, people like Tuskegee Airman Lee Archer and actress Ruby Dee. Visionaries interviewed by co-founders Dr. Camille Cosby and Renee Poussaint.
I think it's important that we pass on whatever information and experiences we have to the generations beneath us so that they will know that this is an important part of not just black history, but American history.
But there are many others who are virtually unknown, except by the college students in their communities who selected and interviewed them months ago as part of their NVLP Fellows training.
We're very, very pleased that you are here with us. It's going to be a very interesting and exciting week. You're going to be challenged in ways that hopefully you have not been challenged before.
What you are going to do is so important. It is a profound responsibility to interview these elders.
Howdy.
Philip Davis, a student at Coppin State University in Baltimore, is learning to gather and record his history.
Roll camera.
And we're rolling.
From community elders like musician John Cephas, who have lived it.
What do you think is the value as far as us interviewing you and getting some of your background, some of the things you went through?
Well, I'm very much interested in performing and educating.
I'm definitely excited because before, I was kind of lying dormant in my community. I was just kind of passing by and doing my own thing. Now, with the project that I'm doing in Baltimore, now I'm a part of something. I'm not lying dormant, I'm becoming active.
Guys like B.B. King, take Jimi Hendrix, use a similar technique on the guitar.
Everything that he tells me, I can hold on to for myself and then transfer it over to the oral history. That's the big importance of it, the fact that it can be passed on and on and on, and we'll never lose his stories, his thoughts, you know, what he thinks of the future, we'll never lose that.
Philip is one of the students accepted and trained as a fellow by the National Visionary Leadership Project, an organization that uses the latest video and web-based technology to make sure the wisdom of this country's remarkable African-American elders is captured, preserved, and shared by the next generation of young leaders.
The things that I do with my local, visionary, then somebody else will watch that, somebody from Baltimore will watch that and build on that, then there'll be another visionary, 10 years, that's 60 years old now, that's gonna be 70, that they'll do, follow my trail and make it even better.
Philip doesn't know that one of the NVLP trails has already led here, to this classroom in Queens, New York, where struggling students in an independent self-empowerment program called RICH find an elder they can relate to on the NVLP website, and through their stories and voices, find hope.
I looked at the interview with Percy Sutton. I picked to watch a video about Lee Archer.
I also looked at Lee Archer, being the fact that you don't hear too much about him, and to actually listen to him talk and to hear him talk about the struggles that he had. It's just like all of us.
Kirsten Friedrich found her personal role model on the NVLP website, and the results surprised even her mother.
My daughter wrote an essay on Maya Angelou, and the way it was written, the tempo and all that it was written in, I didn't know it was my daughter, and I was very proud of what she wrote about. I sometimes go to the website also, and I see what's going on, and I said, why wasn't this around when I was young, you know, because I think it's such a wonderful thing.
I really think that if more people were to join the program, they'd be able to see that you don't always have to be like in gangs and all the other things that are around us. There's another part of life that, is more positive.
I want to thank the National Visionary Leadership Project for giving the Rich organization an opportunity to expand our concept and also to be able to give young people an opportunity to see and hear and learn from those who have gone ahead, our elders.
I've heard from many wise people that if you could just plant one seed in a generation, it can change that generation, and that one seed can be the leader, and it can carry on from generation to generation. I think with the Rich program and the National Visionary Leadership Project, they're planting many seeds.
The NVLP seeds take many forms, all designed to grow into different tools to educate, inform, and inspire.
So much excitement, I can't even walk.
Sometimes it's done through celebration and entertainment, as with this NVLP Gala at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, where visionaries were honored and their protégés performed. Or through intergenerational discussion and problem solving, as with this 2003 Summit on the State of Black America, held in partnership with the Library of Congress.
Do you believe that HBCUs in recent times have failed the Black community? And if so, how?
I don't think that they have failed the Black community. It may be that the Black community has failed them.
Or through the television program created from the summit and aired on various educational broadcast entities.
I feel honored to sit at the feet of my elders just so I can hear these stories.
There are the lively intergenerational roundtable discussions with individual visionaries held at NVLP's Washington headquarters and webcast live to the world.
And let me tell you something. I never thought when I went down there, first that I would live, and then I would sit here today and tell you that a black man, as we sit here now, is head of the Mississippi State Troopers.
And for those still most comfortable with traditional alternatives to these high-tech educational devices, there are the individual visionary interview transcripts, each one separately bound as a hardcover book and presented in sets to the libraries of partnering educational institutions.
If anybody would ask me, well, what was the greatest thing that stood in your way of trying to really move up politically, I would have to say men.
Interviews with living legends like former presidential candidate Shirley Chisholm, civil rights activist Dorothy Height, U.S. Senator Edward Brooke, activist Dick Gregory, and renowned historian Dr. John Hope Franklin.
When you touch a question of race in the United States, you touch a raw nerve.
Their stories, their words, in their entirety.
I'm a history major. This is new history. This is something that nobody else has done yet. I get it firsthand. Nobody gets to, decipher what I can learn and filter it out. I'm getting everything.
Wow, did you see that?
And then there are the creative educational experiments designed for the very young. She went off to school.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough.
You're right. I want to hear about basketball.
I played basketball in high school.
Such as this cartoon on Dorothy Height growing up and playing center on her high school basketball team.
Were you any good?
I was good. I was better at a guard at center.
Letting the children know that their elders were once kids too. The most important teaching and learning seeds planted by NVLP are placed directly with young people through partnerships with their schools and community organizations, like Dunbar Senior High School in Washington, D.C.
This is a very, very exciting program. It's really a wonderful opportunity to really link the past and the present.
NVLP worked with alumni and teachers to help students document their school and community's proud history through recorded conversations with local elders.
We have to do all we can to understand and plan for the future.
I'm here to listen and to learn, and that's the most important thing about this experience. Each elder is different and unique in a way that they each have something to offer.
What you, the students, have done and what you, the elders, have done will now permanently be in the Anacostia Smithsonian and the city museums.
Other high schools and even elementary schools are now looking into replicating the Dunbar Oral History program. Across the country, there is an enthusiasm and energy growing in community groups and churches determined to record and preserve the stories of their own elders.
When you look at what these people have said, you're actually looking and learning and reading history.
Increasingly, some are using the NVLP Legacy Guide, created to take them step by step through the process, a process that culminates in their elders' recordings being listed in NVLP's new National Registry of African American Oral Histories, their existence shared worldwide on the web.
We have a responsibility, a duty to carry on, and with just the website alone, it's going to touch people across the board because the website is worldwide. Internet access is worldwide, so that database can touch so many more people, you know, and it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring that to be amongst this greatness, truly.
The registry is designed to be the ultimate source of information on the location of all such histories, past and future. From the young person sitting down to do his or her first recorded interview with an elder, to the vast collections of existing African American oral histories stored in venerable institutions like the Schomburg, or the single tape recording of a cherished relative or friend, that recording long buried in an attic or basement box.
So it's important that people's stories are recorded because you never know who they may touch and how that may be a source of inspiration or motivation.
This is the next generation's legacy.
Thank you.
The foundation on which young African Americans can build their sense of strength, pride, and value. The National Visionary Leadership Project exists to join with all those working to nurture the seeds of excellence in our young people through the stories of their elders.
I hope that something that I have said or done will inspire you to travel on and to do great things.
I've learned that regardless of who a person is and what they've done in life, there's always something important to them, and they always have a story.
Like, I'm out there and I feel like I'm alone, and like this website brought me to somewhere where I'm not alone anymore. These people they were once in my shoes, and they continue to knock at the door and open the door and fight through it, and it's comforting.
It is a priceless legacy for our children and their children, for all time.
Yourself now. Oh, I know there's an answer.